Omaha, different from New York, are just incidental. The problem exists because white people think they're better than black people, and they want to oppress us, and they want us to allow ourselves to be oppressed.
This is the I agree with you perfectly. This is the basic problem.
Then what do you
that
want to
white
talk to me
people
about?
think they're better
What
than
I can
others.
do? I can't solve the problem. You guys pull the strings that close schools. You guys draw the boundaries that keep our kids restricted to the ghetto. You guys write up the restrictive covenants that keep us out of houses. So it's up to you to talk to your brothers and your sisters and persuade them that they have a responsibility. We've assumed ours for over 400 years, and we're tired of this kind of stuff now. We're not going to suffer patiently anymore. No more turning the other cheek. No more blessing our enemies. No more praying for those who despitefully use us. We're going to show you that we've learned the lessons you've taught us. We've studied your history, and you did not take over this country by singing "We Shall Overcome." You did not gain control of the world like you have it now by dealing fairly with a man and keeping your word. You're treaty breakers, you're liars, you're thieves, you rape entire continents and races of people. Then you wonder why these very people don't have any confidence or trust in you. Your religion means nothing. Your law is a farce, and we see it every day. You demonstrated it in Alabama. And I can say you because you're part of the whole system. You profit from it. In fact, you make your living from it. You couldn't walk around and talk to people, stand up in your pulpit on Sunday and preach nice little songs and say, now we're going to give thanks to the Lord for he is good and old Jesus be among us. As far as we're concerned, your Jesus is contaminated, just like everything else you tried to force upon us is contaminated. Well, so you can have him. And here's what I'll say. I wish you would follow Jesus like we followed him. Because if you did that, then we'd be in charge tomorrow. I think the problem is so bad that we can have no understanding at all.
You think it's gotten to the point where there can never be that reconciliation? Then?
No. You talk about justice, and it means one thing to you, and we talk about it and it means something else to us. And it'll always be that way. And I'd like you to know I have a terrible feeling against preachers because I think you guys are the ones who are largely responsible for the problem in the first place. And you can accept it or not any way you choose. And for you, this may be an excursion, you know, across the line.
What about the person that wants to listen? I genuinely feel that I want to listen.
Well, if you listen and try to do something, you get kicked out of your church. See, that's where your people are.
Well, we can make changes. So the changes that have come up in the past.
God bless you, little brother.
Yes, sir.
Come back and see us again sometime. And don't look back in anger. Thanks for taking it so well. He thought we were going to do in here like they do to us. If we went in one of their places, everybody would have jumped out of their chairs and got some ropes together and hung one of us. We couldn't even go in one of their places like this.
Right now?
Yeah. Right. Which is the bigger threat to American democracy and the Constitution? A Vietnamese mother suckling her child, or a white racist governor in Alabama who says, in so many words, to hell with the Constitution and Johnson and everything else? Which is the greater threat to democracy?
This is true, but these people have a kind of self-deception. You know, they circulate these myths so long that they've begun to believe them. And once you believe them, as they say, if you define a situation as being real, it will be real in its consequences. And this is just what's happened. They've come to actually believe this. And any evidence to the contrary, he's the exception. But the fact is, all the people who do struggle hard enough to accumulate a down payment, they do want something better for themselves and for their kids, and they hope that their neighbors will be the same kind of people that they are.
Well, a black man fights for the white man, not for himself. He tells you to bleed and you bleed. He said, go bleed in Korea for the white man, and you go bleed because you have to. He tells you to go to Vietnam or Lebanon or Laos, and we have to bleed. Then in Mississippi or Alabama or Omaha, Nebraska, where they're taking our rights, and we know who the people are who are taking them, we don't have any blood then. We're radical. Just because we want to get the rights that we fight overseas for so the white man can have. We fight over there to defend his women and children and defend his land from attack. And while we're over there fighting for him, our own people are being attacked by the same white people over here we're supposed to be fighting to defend.
Right. Everybody's got something to fight for. Right? You got the rights that you fought for. Do you feel that? Do you say, Sergeant? And I got out.
Do you feel that you're living under those rights now?
Why should he go over there and fight the Vietnamese? They've done nothing to him.
Working right in this own country, he can go places and he can't even get in a hotel. I mean, and he can drive in a place and might not even be able to get gas if the people don't look at your license plate and see where you're from. That's what he was talking about.
Have you ever been in Hawaii?
Yeah.
What do you think about you? They're black as you are, and I am, right?
Yeah.
Okay then. What a bottle of beer cost you? 80 cents, don't it? Will they speak to you? Because they got long, pretty hair.
No, that's not what the white men got there and contaminated them.
You can't go to places in Japan, man.
You know what? You know why? The American white men.
Yeah, but the Japanese gonna keep you out of it.
Well, look, man, let me say this now. Even if you go some other over there and they mistreat you, well, you can't feel too bad, but that's not your home. But when you come to your own home and be mistreated, then you really feel mistreated. This is my home here. And if it's being a fight, we should fight here.
Amen. Right.
You know what I mean? Why go over there and fight?
Have you ever been turned away from a hotel by a Vietnamese, by a Chinese, a Japanese, a Korean, a Lebanese? How about a white man? Then if we should fight the man who's hurting us, and the white man is one, and he lives in this country. Few particulars that make Omaha different from New York are just incidental. The problem exists because white people think they're better than black people, and they want to oppress us, and they want us to allow ourselves to be oppressed.
This is the I agree with you perfectly. This is the basic problem.
Then what do you
That white
talk to me
people
about?
think they're better
What's it
than
that I can do?
others.
I can't solve the problem. You guys pull the strings that close schools. You guys draw the boundaries that keep our kids restricted to the ghetto. You guys write up the restrictive covenants that keep us out of houses. So it's up to you to talk to your brothers and your sisters and persuade them that they have a responsibility. We've assumed ours for over 400 years, and we're tired of this kind of stuff now. We're not going to suffer patiently anymore. No more turning the other cheek. No more blessing our enemies. No more praying for those who despitefully use us. We're going to show you that we've learned the lessons you've taught us. We've studied your history, and you did not take over this country by singing "We Shall Overcome." You did not gain control of the world like you have it now by dealing fairly with a man and keeping your word. You're treaty breakers, you're liars, you're thieves, you rape entire continents and races of people. Then you wonder why these very people don't have any confidence or trust in you. Your religion means nothing. Your law is a farce, and we see it every day. You demonstrated it in Alabama. And I can say you because you're part of the whole system. You profit from it. In fact, you make your living from it. You couldn't walk around and talk to people, stand up in your pulpit on Sunday and preach nice little songs and say, now we're going to give thanks to the Lord for he is good and old Jesus be among us. As far as we're concerned, your Jesus is contaminated, just like everything else you tried to force upon us is contaminated.
Well,
so you can have him. And here's what I'll say. I wish you would follow Jesus like we followed him. Because if you did that, then we'd be in charge tomorrow. I think the problem is so bad that we can have no understanding at all.
You think it's gotten to the point where there can never be that reconciliation? Then?
No. You talk about justice, and it means one thing to you, and we talk about it and means something else to us. And it'll always be that way. And I'd like you to know I have a terrible feeling against preachers because I think you guys are the ones who are largely responsible for the problem in the first place. And you can accept it or not any way you choose. And for you, this may be an excursion, you know, across the line.
What about the person that wants to listen? I genuinely feel that I want to listen.
Well, if you listen and try to do something, you get kicked out of your church. See, that's where your people are.
Well, we can make changes. So the changes that have come have been drastic.
God bless you, little brother. Come back and see us again sometime. And don't look back in anger. Thanks for taking it so well. He thought we were going to do in here like they do to us. If we went in one of their places, everybody would have jumped out of their chairs and got some ropes together and hung one of us. We couldn't even go in one of their places like this. Right, Daniel?
Yeah. Right.
Which is the bigger threat to American democracy and the Constitution? A Vietnamese mother suckling her child, or a white racist governor in Alabama who says, in so many words, to hell with the Constitution and Johnson and everything else? Which is the greater threat to democracy?
This is true. These people have a kind of self-deception. You know, they believe, they circulate these myths so long that they've begun to believe them. And once you believe them, as they say, if you define a situation as being real, it will be real in its consequences. And this is just what's happened. They've come to actually believe this. And any evidence to the contrary, he's the exception. But the fact is, all the people who do struggle hard, they accumulate a down payment, they do want something better for themselves and for their kids, and they hope that their neighbors will be the same kind of people that they are.
The black man fights for the white man, not for himself. He tells you to bleed and you bleed. He say, go bleed in Korea for the white man, and you go bleed because you have to. He tells you to go to Vietnam or Lebanon or Laos, and we have to bleed. Then in Mississippi or Alabama or Omaha, Nebraska, where they're taking our rights and we know who the people are who are taking them, we don't have any blood then. We're radical. Just because we want to get the rights that we fight overseas for so the white man can have. We fight over there to defend his women and children and defend his land from attack. And while we're over there fighting for him, our own people are being attacked by the same white people over here we're supposed to be fighting to defend.
Right. Everybody's got something to fight for, right? You got the rights that you fought for. Do you feel that? Do you feel, Sergeant? And I got out. Do you feel that you're living under those rights now?
Why should he go over there and fight the Vietnamese? They've done nothing to him. Working right in this own country, he can go places and he can't even get in a hotel. I mean, and he can drive in a place and might not even be able to get gas if the people don't look at your license plate and see where you're from. That's what he was talking about.
Have you ever been in Hawaii?
Yeah.
What do you think about you? They're black as you are, and I am, right?
Yeah.
Okay then. What a bottle of beer cost you? 80 cents, don't it? Will they speak to you? Because they got long, pretty hair.
No, that's not what the white men got there and contaminated them.
You can't go to places in Japan, man.
And you know what? You know why? The American white men.
Yeah, but the Japanese gonna keep you out.
Why? Well, look, man, let me say this now. Even if you go some other over there and they mistreat you, well, you can't feel too bad, but that's not your home. But when you come to your own home and mistreated, then you really feel mistreated. This is my home here. And if it's being a fight, we should fight here.
Amen. Right.
You know what I mean? Why go over there and fight?
Have you ever been turned away from a hotel by a Vietnamese, by a Chinese, a Japanese, a Korean, a Lebanese? How about a white man? Then if we should fight the man who's hurting us, and the white man is one and he lives in this country.
In 1974, Patricia Hearst, the heiress to the media empire of the Hearst family, was kidnapped by the leftist armed group known as the SLA. 2 months later, Patricia adopted the name Tanya and joined the ranks of the SLA, participating in bank robberies. She declared herself a member of the SLA, armed herself, and even posed for photographs. After the FBI's armed confrontation with the SLA, Patricia was arrested following her year-and-a-half-long fugitive period. She faced charges of armed robbery and terrorism. Patricia shocked the United States with her statement that she was innocent because everything was an action carried out under the influence of SLA. Patricia's case became a prominent example of the phenomenon known as the Stockholm Syndrome, where hostages sympathize with or even join their captors due to brainwashing or survival instincts. In 1974, Patricia Hearst, the heiress to the media empire of the Hearst family, was kidnapped by the leftist armed group known as the SLA. 2 months later, Patricia adopted the name Tanya and joined the ranks of the SLA, participating in bank robberies. She declared herself a member of the SLA, armed herself, and even posed for photographs. After the FBI's armed confrontation with the SLA, Patricia was arrested following her year-and-a-half-long fugitive period. She faced charges of armed robbery and terrorism. Patricia shocked the United States with her statement that she was innocent because everything was an action carried out under the influence of SLA. Patricia's case became a prominent example of the phenomenon known as the Stockholm Syndrome, where hostages sympathize with or even join their captors due to brainwashing or survival instincts. In
All right. Oh, we live? Most sign Christ. So lock in for the lateness. We're gonna go straight in. Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Rakatah to the brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shemar Atham Bashem Yahshua to the sisters. I'm preaching off the Paratazah out of New Cal, Yonkers, New York. And this is the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started off for 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Honor. Since 1969, we've been teaching the so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native American Indians, Negro, and indigenous consent. They are God's chosen people of the Bible. Let's clap it up for the Lord. And once again, you know what I'm saying? This is brother, you know what I'm saying? This is brotherhood class, you know what I mean? This is brotherhood class according to the Bible, how blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are supposed to conduct themselves amongst each other and how to treat each other. Let's clap it up for the brotherhood in the system. Baba Gashar, can you read the title, please?
People of God, this is the message you heard from the beginning.
People of God, this is the message that you heard from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to go. Now we got to find out what was the message in the Old Testament, huh? What was the message in the Old Testament? Because blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, our leaders failed us. Our leaders failed us. Let's read one of those messages that we heard from the beginning. Let's get Deuteronomy, chapter 14, verse 2. Let's see what one of these messages. Then we're gonna go directly from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Let's read in Deuteronomy because blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians is God's chosen people. We have to read our records. We're gonna have to read our records. Bob Bishop. Matter of fact, start off from, let me see here. They're making the bonus between the eyes. Oh, man, see, look, that rich up. But read number 2.
So like Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 2. Mm-hmm. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. And the Lord hath chosen thee to be a particular people unto himself, above all the nations that are upon the earth.
So for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. So it says it right here, you know, because the Christian church, our Christian church failed us. Our oppressor taught us, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to the Old Testament. The so-called Old Testament. Don't talk about that. God opened it up for everybody. No, don't.
Right.
God, you know what I'm saying? The Most High God don't lie to his people.
Right.
It says it right here. For thou art a holy people. Who's the holy people? Huh? This is Moses talking to his brothers and sisters. This is in Deuteronomy. This is, you know what I'm saying? In Deuteronomy, it show you laws in Deuteronomy. It remind you who you are. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. In Deuteronomy, it said, thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord your God, Israelites, 12 tribes of Israel. Not everybody God, but your God. He's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not the Moabite God. He's not the Ammonite God. He's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not Esau's God. He's not the Egyptian God. He's the 12 tribes of Israel God. Says, for thou art a holy people. You know what I'm saying? The Most High God called his people holy.
Right.
That's why, you know what I'm saying? That's why in the title, God's people. That's why that's in the title. This ain't no spiritual, you know what I mean? This ain't no spiritual 12 tribes. No spiritual Israelite. No, this is by bloodline right here. In the wilderness. So, you know what I'm saying? The Most High God have called us Quadash. You know what Quadash means? Separate. When you bring up holy, you know what I'm saying? When you bring up holy in a Christian church, they think they think something like electrical about to happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? Something like gyrated and dancing and jumping up and goddamn down.
Right.
That's what they think. They think holy is something, you know, some type of, you know what I'm saying? Some type of energy that comes down on you. to make you start floating and saying, but it was that's what they think holy is. Some spooky thing.
Right.
That's in our mind, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. If you say, oh, you're a holy person, they think that's something spooky. No, holy only just mean in the Hebrew, Kodash, which means separate, you know what I'm saying? Set apart.
Right.
That's it. Over here is something, you know what I'm saying? It's something, it says right here in the next sentence.
Right.
Right.
You know, the Christian church, you know what I'm saying, think of holy as like a possession, like something takes over your body.
That's the word. You see, that's the word I'm looking for, possession. So, you know what I'm saying? You are compelled to grab a tambourine and start playing. You know what I mean? That's it. And start saying, what's good while you're slapping on the tangerine, jumping up and down.
Right.
And running up and down the goddamn aisle. No. Holy only means separate. That's why this is, you know what I'm saying? This is practical knowledge right here. That's what it is. Look up the definition of holy. Well, holy, this is a different type of holy from if they say it in the New Testament. Because in the New Testament, you know, they put the Holy Ghost. Which means it's a separate spirit from, you know what I'm saying, from your old spirit. That's what it means. So it says it right here, for thou art a holy people, a separate people. The 12 tribes of Israel is a separate people from all other nations. Unto the Lord thy God. And the Lord thy God have chosen you, the 12 tribes of Israel, to be is that peculiar? That's peculiar, right? A peculiar. Ask Alexa, what do peculiar mean?
Alexa, what does peculiar mean?
As an adjective, peculiar is defined as strange or odd. As a noun, it means a unique or exclusive quality.
Stop, Alexa. Exclusive.
Right.
You know how important an exclusive. You ever went to a nightclub? And you go to a nightclub and the line is like down the block around the corner, and it's exclusive, and everybody want to go to this exclusive club. That's why the goddamn line. Now, not only you go to an exclusive club, there's certain people that's exclusive that can cut that line and get in. A unique people.
Right.
That's who the 12 tribes of Israel. That's who the, you know what I'm saying? That's what Mexico is the 12 tribes of is God's chosen people. Venezuela, Guatemala, the so-called African Americans, the so-called Jamaicans, the so-called Haitians. It's God's chosen people. We are a peculiar people.
Right.
Especially a unique people. This is a peculiar people unto himself. Who is himself? Who is the himself? The himself is God. That's it. The himself is God.
Right.
You are a unique people unto himself, unto God. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American. Did anybody teach you that? Did Joe Biden, Donald Trump, did white Jesus ever tell you that you are a peculiar people? You are not only you are a separate people, you are a unique nation of people unto God by yourself. A nation of people. Did our slave master ever taught us this? No, I don't know. Did you know what I'm saying? He's too busy violating other countries. He's too busy stealing every goddamn thing. Set himself up as God. Then you know what I'm saying? Then in the inauguration for Donald Trump, we got you know what I'm saying? We got former slaves anointing their slave masters.
Right.
You believe that?
That's right.
And Donald Trump knew exactly what they was doing. America knew exactly what they was doing. Because you know when they say a picture speaks 1,000 words? Look at this black man anointing his slave master. That's what literally what happened. You know that, right? That's what literally what happened. He had everybody pray over Donald Trump. He had blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans pray over him. You know what he did? See what's going on around. Not right now, that anointed king. You know what I'm saying? That we bend the goddamn knee to. You see what now he's breaking up the families. He got you, he got us fighting his battle. You saw, you know what I'm saying, Ernie Chambers, what he said? You send us to your wars that you know what I'm saying, that you created. We didn't know black men created no war. Anybody, you know what I'm saying? Every war that America fought, every war that America started, ain't no black man started that war. No, it's the white American man. Then he got other nations to fight this war. To say that's your enemy too. Wait, hold on, I ain't do nothing to the, you know what I'm saying, the Vietnam people. I didn't do nothing to them. I'm over here in Harlem struggling. I'm over here in Yonkers struggling.
But you're saying it's so heavy because during the Vietnamese war, even the Vietnamese people told the black man, listen, go home. It's not your war.
It's not your war. You know what I mean? This, you know, you got the Vietnamese people trying to educate our people. But we such a homeborn slave, a loyal goddamn dog. We got you saw the Stockholm syndrome.
Right.
You know what? We changed our name to Jonathan King. We put on, you know what I'm saying? Every morning in class, every morning in American school, you do what? You pledge your allegiance to the red, white, and blue, to the flag of America, of the United States. You know they was doing that in the 60s.
Right.
You have black people saying, I pledge allegiance to the flag in the 60s. You know how you know that they have black people playing allegiance, blacks and Hispanics and the American Indians playing allegiance. You know what I'm saying? To the flag in the 40s. In the 40s. In the 40s. Meanwhile, lynching is going on right down the block. Meanwhile, they just bombed the church of 4 little girls. Right. And they got up, and guess what? And guess what? You know, on integration, when they had our sisters going to schools that didn't want them there, and they got beat up, and all types of trauma happened to them. You know, all those kids stand up in that morning broadcast in class, and they all turn to the flag and pledge their allegiance. Meanwhile, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you know what I'm saying? That black girl getting beat up and tortured in the same school, but they're gonna stand up for the same goddamn flag. We became homeborn slaves. Bob Gashard, and also get that scripture for me on born slaves.
Come on.
So it said, "For thou art a holy people." The 12 tribes of Israel, who are today so-called blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians, Negro, and Native descent. You know what I'm saying? You are a holy people unto the Lord. And the Lord have chosen thee to be a peculiar people, a unique people. Unto himself. Himself is the Most High God. Above all the nations that are upon the earth. Blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians. I thought this Bible was written to everybody. It sounds like to me, you know what I'm saying? God chosen the 12 tribes of Israel to be above all nations upon the face of the earth. That's one of the messages that we heard from the beginning. See what I'm saying?
Right.
That is the message that we heard from the beginning. But meanwhile, we want to be drug dealers. Meanwhile, we want to join gangs. We want to join gangs and call it a goddamn family.
Right.
But the problem is the family have been damaged. The family is damaged. There's no moral compass in a street gang.
Right.
It's not their obligation to help their community, and it's not. They obligation to make sure they destroy the community. The same way that America, that Joe Biden and Donald Trump destroyed the black and Hispanics in the American Indian community. I don't see no drug dealers that say, yo, I don't see no gang members talking about, yo, you can't sell that. We don't want no drugs here. There won't be no drugs in our neighborhood right here. I don't see the Bloods talking about, listen up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start these businesses. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to make sure, and we're going to have drug clinics. You know what I mean? We're going to look at, you know what I'm saying? We're going to make trading schools to make sure our brothers and sisters have a place in a society so they can build up their nation. When did you ever heard Bloods and Crips say that? Right. Huh? Yo, we're going to start a food program out here. We're going to, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get coats to, you know what I'm saying? When it's cold outside, we're going to make sure us being the Crips, we're going to try to outdo the Bloods. You know the Blood neighborhood have a outreach program, and they got a food drive, a food pantry. You know what I'm saying? They're taking people off of drugs. They women are modest. We gotta outwork them. I don't see no Latin kings do that. Yo, you know what I'm saying? You know what? We're gonna try to help out Puerto Rico. We're gonna go to Puerto Rico and start setting up, you know what I'm saying, schools, so we could teach our people the true history of Puerto Rico. The true history, you know what I'm saying, what the American white man did to Puerto Rico. We're going to treat our brother, we're going to teach our brothers and sisters that. We're going to make sure our sisters is not going to be the whores of the earth. We're going to make sure our fathers is the top-notch fathers of the earth. We're going to be a holy nation of people. When did the Latin kings ever speak like that? Huh? Or they talk about, let me get some drugs. Or they talk about, let's slut out our sisters. Ain't no moral compass. But it's not their fault. Because we all suffer from Stockholm Syndrome. Right. We are kidnapped people, and we took on the traits of the kidnappers. Now we robbing the banks with the kidnapper. Now we fighting the kidnapping wars with the kidnappers. So that, y'all. Bob Gashar, go into matter of fact, read that scripture.
Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 2.
Yeah, matter of fact, read that again, then go to the one that you had.
Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 2. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a particular people.
Peculiar.
And the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself, right, above all the nations that are upon the earth.
About all the nations upon the earth. If you read from Deuteronomy chapter 12 and go down, it's telling you, it's giving you law, statute, commandments for the Israelites to do, and it's going to remind the Israelites that God's only chosen you above all people upon the face of the earth. You read that, it's right there, it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. The message, this is the message from the beginning. This is in Deuteronomy, right after slavery. Right after slavery. That's, you know what I mean? It gets no, you know what I mean? That's right out when we in the wilderness. But we don't want to read that. We want to listen to Donald Trump, huh? We want to support Donald Trump. Now Donald Trump is destroying your family. You fought. You know they have people that fought in the Vietnam War that got deported? You know how people have been in this country over 40 goddamn years because they got deported? You believe this stuff right here? Right. They fought it. It wasn't no problem when they was paying taxes, right? It's no problem. It wasn't no problem when they was fighting the white man's war. No problem. You know what? And you know our people were such a patriot. They pledged allegiance to another nation of people. Right. They thought that nation of people was their nation of people. Turned out it wasn't that way. It turned out it wasn't that way. Now you got, you know what I mean? And guess is how ironic. I was watching a documentary that these people have got deported. They've been, you know, they don't know nothing about Mexico. But guess what? They They, you know what I'm saying? These are English speakers. They've been in America over decades, right? They work in American companies. Because they can speak English, but America exported jobs over there, so they get, you know what I'm saying, so they can pay the people cheap, and the people who got deported to Mexico, that, you know what I'm saying, that can speak English, they get that job. If I'm making sense, this is disgusting. They got deported out of America. They was working in America for, you know what I'm saying, for 40 years. Deported out of America just to work for an American company. You can't see how that's planned. That's planned. How this man got caught up. He's a Vietnam vet. But we want to be homeborn slaves. That's what we want. We want to follow behind our slave master. We want to pledge allegiance to the red, white, and blue. When did America, you know what I'm saying? Is America great again right now? Huh? Is America great again? We know who America is great for.
Right.
Huh? Go ahead, please.
Okay. Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 14. Mm-hmm. Is Israel a servant?
Say that again.
Is Israel a servant?
Is Israel a servant? Look, like, to me, Israel became the American B word. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We love our slave master. We can't separate from our slave master. Because if we separate from our slave master, if we separate from white Jesus doctrine, if we separate from that, maybe it will not be no Bloods and Crips. Maybe it won't be no MS-13. Maybe it won't be no Latin Kings. If we separate from America philosophy. You know, drug dealers talking about ISUPK is racist. Drug dealers.
Right.
You know, gangbangers, after when they smoke all their weed and go out and unalive their brother, they call us, oh, you racist against white people. Guess what? I never even brought up white people. You believe this?
Right.
But they, you know, they got a moral compass. You know what I'm saying? The gang members have a moral compass. You heard in Chicago. These immigrants is taking over our drug corners. They're not selling drugs. They just set up a tent there so they can have one place to sleep.
Right.
Drug dealers are saying this. Gang members are saying this. You know what I mean? When did a gang member went to the street and say, "Yo, give me," you know what I'm saying? "Give me some coats so we could get the coats to the unfortunate brothers and sisters that we sell drugs to." What? Huh? Right. Or the gang member is just, you know what I'm saying? Just a bootlicking Negro. They're talking about, I gave, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hand out some goddamn turkeys on Thanksgiving from the drug money that I got from you. We became a disgusting member.
What you're bringing out is so heavy, and I'm just thinking about what you're saying, right? Crips and Bloods, they can't provide food programs and clothes drives. But the simple fact is, if you are Blood, you understand? What are you gonna say? No Crips allowed? You understand? Or if you are Crip, what are you gonna say? No Bloods allowed? You understand? So that's completely, you understand, what you're saying is on point. They can't do that. You understand? How can you turn down how can you turn down your own people?
Well, because he got, you know, because his shoelaces is blue. That's how I can turn down my own people. Because his shoelaces is red. Because his shoelaces is yellow. Because his shoelaces is black. That's how you can turn down your people. Because we hate our own kind, but love Donald Trump. We have Stockholm syndrome. It says it right there. Is Israel a servant? Read on.
is he a homeborn slave?
Go on.
Why is he spoiled?
Why is he so, you know what I'm saying, so spoiled? He became the spoils. We are American spoils right now. America had taught Blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians based on the history of this country. Teachers, you know, taught us how to rob for him, how to fight for him. You know what I'm saying? We've been in this country so long. When did America ever pay for their, you know what I'm saying? Pay for their mistakes, quote unquote. We started, you know what I'm saying? We started doing American iniquities. We are a homeborn slave. That's what right now. We are a homeborn slave. We got to the point that, you know what I'm saying, if another African American would speak to another so-called African American and talk about the atrocities of America, they won't like that. We go up against our own kind, priests.
Right.
Because we said, yo, let's, you know what I'm saying, let's start healing the trauma that what America did to us. Let's get away from, you know what I'm saying, and let's start healing amongst each other. Oh, no, I don't want, you believe this right here? Let's separate from our enemies and take heed to a friend. When does this ever happen? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians? We go to all their wars. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now we can't fight no wars for ourselves. Because we lost all the blood that we fought in the American wars. Wars that we didn't even start. America benefit off of drugs in the Black community. If there's no drugs in the Black and Hispanic Native American community, America cannot, you know what I mean? America cannot be America. Because America is built on hypocrisy. Look, America, right now, America, you see all the work that America is doing to talk about, yo, we need to get rid of these aliens. We're gonna go after all the criminals, right? At the same time, you know what I'm saying, a whole goddamn boat just came in and just flooded America with drugs. You see what I'm getting at, Breeze? They exploited all these people overnight. But it just happens to be the drugs didn't stop.
Right.
It just happened. The drugs, it didn't stop the drugs. It didn't stop the, you know what I mean? It didn't stop the illegal gun selling. It didn't stop none of that. How come we still, you know what I'm saying? How come we still see drugs being sold in the streets right now as we speak?
Right.
It didn't stop that. It didn't stop the drug dealing. The same thing what happened on September 11th. It didn't stop the drug flow. Cocaine was still flowing. The boats were still coming in. You know what I'm saying? The opium, you know what I'm saying? The opium was blowing up. This is a hypocrisy land. This is what it is. Just because, you know what I mean? It's the reason why they, you know what I mean? The reason why it was so easy, because as long as they going after, you know what I'm saying? After what God's chosen, as long as they going after us, it's okay, because they don't have no empathy on us. But they don't go after the farmers who, you know what I'm saying, who illegally hired the illegals. Right. They went after those white farmers. They didn't go after those white companies that, you know what I'm saying, that aid and abetting in a criminal act. I don't see no farmers going getting charges pressed on them. I don't see no white farmers, you know what I'm saying, these white chicken farmers. Because you know the only people that was working in the chicken farm was, you know what I'm saying, was the Mexican, the Ecuadorians. I didn't have no paperwork, but they didn't have no problem you know what I'm saying, that white farmer didn't have no problem giving him a job. So he could pay him a slave wage. Now we took on the traits of our slave master. Can you see the game? And right now, you got Donald Trump try to, you know what I'm saying, try to have the African Americans, the propaganda is now this. That what is it? That was it, DEL? You try to suspend the 14th Amendment right now? We're talking about natural born citizens. We say, no, that wasn't written for everybody. That was only written for slaves. That was only written for black people. Right. The people that was enslaved, now they could be American citizens. Think about that.
Right.
An American Constitution in 1776 said all men is created equal. But if the 14th Amendment have to be put into place, centuries after the fact, to say, who are these black people? Are they truly citizens of America?
Right.
We've been enslaving them for the past, you know what I'm saying? They're our property. They are homeborn slaves. They are our spoils.
Right.
Who are these people? Now I'm trying to say now. So they need to start kicking at the door of these later on Europeans who came into America.
Right.
They're kids. You know, when you be here, white people talking about, I'm a second generation. No, you're illegal. You need to go back to France. Because that law wasn't written for you. See what I'm getting at now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump's wife. Donald Trump's wife. Right? She's illegal. She needed to be deported.
Right.
If you have any kids, they got to get deported because they're not natural born.
Right.
That was only written for the black people. It wasn't written to everybody else, Donald Trump. Right? That's what you were saying. But we became homeborn slaves, huh? We became, you know what I'm saying, we become gang members. You know what I'm saying? We started robbing banks like America robbed banks. We started changing, you know what I'm saying? We changed our name into America. We got spoiled here in America. Now we fighting all the American wars. Now you got black people say, make America great again. God damn it, the white man is the devil, man.
That's right.
He speak with that fourth tongue so well. So well, because he had centuries of practice. Centuries to conform the language. He's such a deceitful bastard. And guess what? And we bend the knee to the deceitful bastard. Now we're doing the things that America likes. Not doing the things what God likes, doing the things what America likes. America don't want black and Hispanics and the American Indians to come together. America don't like that.
Right.
America hate that. America only talks about peace when America, white man, you know what I'm saying, is on top. You know, that's the only time when you talk about peace, right? Talking about everybody's created equal. You got every goddamn thing. You on top. You know what I mean? You're the highest ranking man in America. And you're going to say everybody's created equal? This country is built on blood.
Right.
Built on violation. Buck breaking. It's all fair in war, huh? America never paid for its sins, but it will. But it will. I don't hear no Christian church are talking about they want, you know what I'm saying? No Christian church talking about they want, Jesus to come back. Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew. When did you hear your Christian church talk about if Jesus come back, you know America got to burn, right? But they think America is going to be the second Jerusalem that's going to come down from the heavens. You understand that, people? That's in people's mind right now. That's in Joe Biden's, Donald Trump's mind right now. That America is the new, you know what I'm saying, is Jerusalem. This is God's place. And me being, you know what I'm saying, being over America, I am God. This is what's going on. And we became homeborn slave. Bob Gashar, going in Ecclesiasticus, chapter 20, verse 9.
Okay.
All right, for blacks experiencing the American Indians. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now we, you know what I'm saying? Now our, you know what I'm saying? Now our sons and daughters, our daughters is the face of whoredom. Our sons is the face of homosexuality, LGBTQ, you know what I'm saying? Alternative lifestyle. The black man became the face of alternative lifestyle. The black woman became the face of whores and whoredom. The black man became the face of whoremongers. The Mexicans became the face of drug dealing. The Mexico is the face of illegal aliens. Meanwhile, America is not kicking down the door and not going to, you know what I'm saying, Chinatown. When did you hear ICE kicked in the door of Chinatown? East Indians? Russians? Huh? Arabs? I don't see no ICE agent running up into this mosque. Huh? When did you hear the ICE agent run up into the mosque? Are these Arabs?
What you're bringing out is so heavy, you know what I'm saying? And just to bring up a small inch portion of hypocrisy that America gives. You understand? Chinatown, they sell all the bootleg stuff, all the Fendi, all the Gucci, all the Prada. You understand? It's up and down the streets. You understand? You could get a goddamn fake Rolex. You understand? Meanwhile, in the train stations, they tell the Mexicans they can't sell their pineapples and mangoes. You understand? And their churros. All that money that they make, they confiscated and all their items. So that's the hypocrisy. You understand? Why they not attacking the agents in Chinatown? Isn't that illegal to sell bootleg? You know what I'm saying? That they sell that contraband, that bootleg merchandise. But no, they always just target the Black, Hispanic, and Native North American Indians.
And what you dropping it so heavy? Donald Trump knows that too.
That's right.
Donald Trump lives in New York.
That's right.
Everybody who's from New York know that where to buy the bootleg stuff at, and know who's the top nation that import the bootleg stuff. Everybody know that. Then they put, you know what I'm saying? Now, and guess what? And matter of fact, guess who's underneath the bootleggers? I mean, guess who underneath the Asians that sell bootleg stuff? The Hamites.
Yeah.
But nobody's running up on these Hamite spots.
Right.
On the corners.
Right.
Right now, as we speak.
Right.
Somebody's selling a fake Gucci bag. Guaranteed it's an African. They ain't getting run up on.
And even though if they have a vendor's permit, they're not being asked to show their vendor IDs.
That's right.
You understand? If you're a Black, Hispanic, or Native North American Indian, you're standing on a corner selling your merchandise, they're going to ask you for all sorts of permits and IDs. They're not doing that to the other nations.
So right now, what I'm saying is, if you're going to do it across the board. Go after everybody. But they claim that we only gonna go after the, you know what I'm saying, the violent criminals. This is what they say. I guess a sister that have a daughter right next to her that's selling goddamn mango slices on 138 138 exits. I guess she's the one who's bringing in all the drugs, right? She's a violent criminal. I guess that you know what I'm saying? I guess that brother that's selling those strawberries, he's the violent criminal, right? Huh? I guess those, you know what I'm saying, those sisters that's right in front of, you know, the store that's selling hot cocoa and some oatmeal or whatever, you know what I mean? Some porridge. I guess they're the criminal, huh? They're the criminal. Those are the people. You just told me you're gonna go against the violent people. Blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians. Baba Kishore, can you read that scripture?
Salaki, if I may. Just to remind you brothers and sisters that's listening, just think about this. Your president, Donald Trump, he's a felon. He has 34 felons, and he has the nerve to call other people criminals and call other people criminals. You understand that hypocrisy in America? Salaki.
Well, no. Just remember what Joe Biden did. Parted his entire family. If you have to part your entire family, that means your family was involved with criminal acts, right? You know what I mean? Because you don't pardon a non-criminal. This is what happened. And Donald Trump didn't say anything about it because Donald Trump and Joe Biden, with a Democrat and Republican, it's the same people. They ran the game on us. It's a two-party dictatorship. There's no third party and fourth party in there. It's a two-party dictatorship. It's red and blue like Bloods and Crips. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Union and the Confederate, Bloods and Crips. The British and the American colonies, red and blue, Bloods and Crips. It's the same person. It's the same philosophy. It's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. And we got Khan, Blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians. We got Khan. Robert Kishore, can you read that scripture?
So like Khan.
Oh, Ecclesiasticus chapter 20, verse 1.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 20 and verse 9. There is a sinner that have good success in evil things, and there is a gain that turneth to loss.
So right here, it says right here, there is a sinner that have good success. Think about what that just said. A sinner that have good success. In America's system, no good deed go on unpunished. Think about that. Think about how crazy that sounds. You take them out kindness for weakness. Think about what I'm saying right here. There is a sinner that have good success in evil things. Drug dealers. There's success selling drugs. But you a goddamn disgusting sinner. You know what I'm saying? Telling that the Old Testament is done away with. You're a sinner that have good success. You got a good, you know what I mean? You got this big mega church that talk nothing out the Bible. Talk nothing out the Bible. You know what I mean? America is a sinner. You know what I mean? And you think American success is built on iniquity. It's built on sins. but that's a good success. That's how the white man look at this right here. The end justify the means. That's what he says. Let me see. He said, there is a sinner that have good success in evil things, and there is a gain that turneth that turneth to loss. And that's what and that's what happened to blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians. We took on American sinners in the evil, in the good, in the evil things. And it said, and there is a gain that turns to loss. There is a gain that turns to loss. The gain from the success, we lose on that. But,
Salakia, this is a scripture that fits Puff Daddy in this kind of situation.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Matter of fact, no. These are this also fits the people who, you know what I'm saying, the black Hispanics and the American Indians who said, let's make America great again. That's that right there. When did America ever was great? This is when we learn helplessness. We took, this is when we say, okay, I'm gonna go along to get along. That's what, and which in Rome, do what the Romans is doing. That's the scripture right here. And you lose your soul. And that's what happened to us. We lost our soul. That's what happened. It said that, and gain that turneth to loss. It was a gain, but it was all loss. We wanted to integrate. We thought it was going to be, you know what I'm saying, a gain, but integration lost. You know what I'm saying? We lost at the end. Blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's what happened. Matter of fact, Bob Gashar, give me gift destroys the heart. Yeah, I just said it. Let's see here. Because for blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians, this will always happens to us. This will always happen to us all day, every day. Let me get that right. You know what I'm saying? Should be. I think it started surely oppression make a wise man mad. Then you're going to say gift destroys the heart. See here. Yep, there you go. Yep, surely oppression. Here you go.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Say that again, please.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. Wise men see oppression for what it is. Black and white. Black and white. Surely oppression, the wise man is mad. Usually the wise man would show pain. Yes, he's mad. Because he see oppression. He see hypocrisy. He know the history of America. He is angry. He's mad. Because he's wise to recognize the oppression. You never wise if you don't recognize the oppression. You recognize the hypocrisy. You recognize that successful gain in evil things. That's what you recognize. You're not wise. Read on.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
Say that again.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
Oh, and that gift. That oppression, and that gift, that, you know what I'm saying, that gain. By you being a sinner, then, you know what I'm saying, that successful good that was made for evil things, that's the gift. And it says a gift. You know what I'm saying? Joe Biden, Donald Trump is giving you a gift. You know what I mean? The black people. They taking all the black jobs. these illegals who's coming in, these Mexican, these Ecuadorians, these Venezuelan, you know what I'm saying, these Hondurans is coming in and taking your job. This is what he says. This is what Donald Trump, this is what America said. He said that in a goddamn debate. He said that. And we and like us, you know what I'm saying, let's, you know what I'm saying, like African American us, you know what I'm saying, FBAs, identical Black Americans. We listen to that. We listen to our slave master, because that's white Jesus right there. Yes, they are taking our jobs. Think about, you know what I'm saying? Think about that. We became bootlickers. Oh, no. The African American community been bootlickers for a very long time. You hear me saying? We've been bootlickers for a very long time. We fought, you know what I'm saying? We fought against the Union, and we fought for the Union in America. We fought in the American Revolutionary War. We such, you know what I'm saying? We such a homeborn slave. We got Stockholm Syndrome on top of Stockholm Syndrome. Surely oppression making a wise man mad. We ain't never been mad in America. Now, when we do get mad, you know what I mean? Our owners say, why you doing that? It was so long ago. But meanwhile, we got white names. We have white names. We became stupid. We assimilated into American culture. We cannot bring up Black History Month at all. It's over. Can't talk about no Black History Month. That's not American. I thought you was American. Get assimilated into America. Bend the goddamn knee. Black History Month is racist, please.
What?
That's what it is. It's racist. FBAs. Why do you have Black History Month? Don't you got America in your name? You want to be American. Bend the knee and take away Black History Month, because it's all America's month. There's no separating. America don't separate. Come on. Your oppression is gone. There's no oppression in America. African Americans, there's no oppression in America. Well, here in the Lord's house, underneath Priest and Commander General Yohana, he's a wise man because he recognized the oppression of God's chosen people. The priest and the prophet ISUPK recognized the oppression of so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We see it. We feel the pain. We don't accept the gift that destroyed our heart, you know what I'm saying, which means your mind. We ain't going to accept, you know what I'm saying, we ain't going to trot down on God's laws and statutes. We ain't going to look the other way. We're going to bring this brotherhood, this sisterhood into play for the Most High God. And we're going to teach our people about this. We're going to show more brotherhood than any goddamn gang out there. That's what we do, priest.
Right.
We're going to have the gangs that dropped their flags and pick up the flag of the Most High God, of God's chosen people and who you are. Because you are a peculiar people.
Right.
You're a special people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. This is what we're teaching you. Ain't nobody outside, nothing outside of the law, statute, commandments. God showed, you know what I'm saying, our Constitution can tell us anything better. But you want to fight for your daddy, Donald Trump, huh? You know the Bloods and Crips bend the knee? Oh, they bend the knee to America.
Right.
You know the MS-13 bend the knee to America? Oh, they bend the knee to American philosophy. I bet you the Bloods and Crips had a Christmas tree in their house.
Right.
I bet you they celebrate the 4th of July. You know they did, right?
Right.
You know they did. They have bending the knee. And they love the white man more than the white man loved himself. This is what's going on. What moral compass? I need, you know what I'm saying? I need gang members to speak to your people to say, stop selling drugs. We need to stop selling drugs. We need to put down all the guns. We need to iron out all differences between, you know what I'm saying, between the gangs. We need to stop doing this because it don't benefit us at all. We need to stop getting high. Did they ever talk like that? No. Oh no, it's never going to happen because you are an American. And here in America, blacks and Hispanics ain't supposed to come together. Blacks and Hispanics are supposed to fight against each other. Blacks and Hispanics are supposed to fight over somebody who stepped on your sneakers. Blacks and Hispanics are supposed to fight over if I'm wearing the wrong color, I'm going to get beat up. That's what's supposed to happen. Surely oppression make a wise man mad, and a gift destroys the heart. Gift destroys our mind. Black Hispanics and the American Indians. It says in verse, can you read verse 8, Baba Kashan?
Verse 8. That is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And a patient in spirit is better than a proud in heart.
Oh, and the patient, and the patient in the spirit is better than the proud in the spirit. Is it?
Also, I got to say it.
Yeah. Is that right?
Again, Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof.
So right here, it said better is the end of a thing, the beginning thereof. So it's better. You know what I'm saying? It's always better to recognize something is wrong at the beginning. You know what I mean? To destroy, to destroy it. You know what they say? Prevention is better than remedy. We are the prevention for the next, you know what I'm saying? For the next generation, so they don't have to grow up the way that we grew up. Thereof. And the patient, in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Oh, the patience. The patience that we have to show. We have to, and you know what I'm saying? Now, don't get spooky, because if you read this as a Christian, they think spirit means possession. You see what I'm saying? The possession, like something coming down, you're going to start playing a tangerine. And speaking in tongues, about the patient in, it said patient in spirit is better, which is what you're saying is the vibe. Is what you're showing. You know what I'm saying? It's your style. That's the patient, you know what I'm saying? That's the patient is better than the proud in spirit. What is a proud spirit? Huh? Donald Trump is such a goddamn proud spirit. He don't, you know what I mean? It's like he could somebody tell him information that's right and exact. He is so proud to say, nah, I'm going to do it my way. You know, President Trump, you can't do this because of this law. Nah, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it. That's proud in the spirit. That's, you know what I mean? That's his vibe. You can't tell him any goddamn thing. If you know what I mean? That's your, and that goes along in America. They are so proud in the spirit. America is such pride in the spirit. They don't show no patience. They don't do anything like that. And now, but we took on the same thing. We took on the same thing as our oppressors. Our oppressors. Let me see. Oh, I'm looking at the time. All right, Bob Gashar, can you let me go. Let's go to. Oh, Bob Gashar. Let's go to John chapter 15, verse 12. Let's go to John chapter 15, verse 12. Stop. Go to John chapter 15, verse 12. Can you get it? Can you read it?
John chapter 15, verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you.
Go to go to 10.
Verse 10.
Wait, in fact, read 9. Wait, oh, let me see here. My Father in glory. Yeah, start with 9.
Verse 9. As the Father hath loved me, so have I loved you. Continue ye in my love. Verse
who's speaking right here? Who's speaking right here? What color is these words?
Red.
These colors, you know what I'm saying? So anything that's written in red in the Bible, that's letting you know, that separate, you know what I'm saying? That's letting you know that's Jesus that's speaking. Now Jesus is talking to his people. That's what he's doing. Bible Chuck, let me see one. Let me look at 8 again. Let me see. And my Father is glorious, and much in the fruit shall he be my be my disciple. It says right here in verse 9, as the Father have loved me, to let you know that Jesus is not God. The Father. He have the Father. As you know what I'm saying? As the Father have loved me, so I love you. He talking to his disciples. I love you. And he knows the definition of love. Continue ye in my love. Which means, you know what I'm saying? Which means have the spirit of this love. Like the Father, you know, like the Father have love in me. This is what Jesus Christ has taught the 12, you know what I'm saying? I taught his people. Because he only came for his people. Because we went off and started loving these other goddamn nations. We started doing, you know what I'm saying? We started following the philosophy of these nations and forgot about who we are. Who we are. We forgot about the definition of love because we followed the definition of our oppressor's definition of love. And we got that gift from our oppressor, and it destroyed us. Read on.
Okay. Verse 10. If ye keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love.
Say that again.
If ye keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love.
Now it says right here, if ye keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love. Now we got to find out what commandments are these. What commandments are these? What is the definition of love? Because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about love. Now, what is the definition of love? Bob Gashar. We're going to hold that because we're going to come back to that. Go to the classic. You know what I'm saying? 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. 1 John chapter 5, verse 3.
1 John chapter 5, verse 3.
Oh, matter of fact, start from 2.
Verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
By this we know that we love the children of God.
Go on.
When we love God and keep his commandments.
Say that again.
When we love God and keep his commandments.
It says it right here. This is in the New Testament. By this we know that we love the children of God. Who's the children of God? Remember this verse scripture that I pulled in Deuteronomy? Chapter 12, verse 2. The 12 tribes of Israel is the children of God. He's speaking, you know what I'm saying? The apostles went to the children of God, who is the 12 tribes of Israel. That's what we know. You know what I'm saying? By this we know that we love the children of God when we love God and keep his commandments. Read on. And we talk about God's commandments. Read on.
And it's verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
No, his commandments is grievous, because that's what the Christian church told me. Say that again.
And his commandments are not grievous.
No, wait, hold up. Everybody can't do all the commandments. That was in the Old Testament.
And his commandments are not grievous.
Oh, man, no. Somebody told me, you know what I'm saying? We all fall short.
And his commandments are not grievous.
Yo, what you talking about? Donald Trump, white Jesus doctrine, told me the commandments is hard to do. Say that again?
And his commandments are not grievous.
Read 4.
Verse 4. For whatsoever is born of God.
Say that again?
For whatsoever is born of God.
No, whatsoever is born of Jesus. Say that again?
Is born of God.
No, whatsoever is born, you know what I'm saying? Yahushua.
It's born of God.
No, Jesus. Say that again?
It's born of God.
It's born of God. So whatsoever is born of God, read on. Yeah.
Overcometh the world.
Say that again?
Overcometh the world.
Drugs. Say that again?
Overcometh the world.
Unaliving your brother. Say that again?
Overcometh the world.
You know what I'm saying? Making whores out of our sisters. Say that again?
Overcometh the world.
You know what I'm saying? Not bending the knee in front of Donald Trump. Say that again?
Overcometh the world.
Read on.
And this is the victory that overcometh the world.
And this is the what?
The victory.
This is the victory. Read on.
That overcometh the world.
You know what I'm saying? It said, read on.
Even our faith.
Even what?
Our faith.
Even our faith. Bob Gashar, just go back to go back to John 15 and 12.
John chapter 15 verse 12. Mm-hmm. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you.
This is what Yahushua is saying, ignorant towards Jesus Christ. This is what he's talking about. Following the law, statutes, commandments, my people. Love one another as I love you. And he paid the ultimate price. Come back. We can iron out our differences. I don't got to look down on you because you wear a different color of me. I don't got to look down on you because you got more money than me or less money than me. That you strung out on drugs and I'm not. We have to run in the spirit. I love Black, Hispanics, and American because nobody taught us that. But the Bible teaches this. The priest and the prophet of ISUPK teach you about love and what love is. Love is not you know what I'm saying, juices and berries. Love is following the law, statute, commandment, following the Most High God. Because you leave it up to us. You know what I'm saying? I love my family, but I'm going to still make whores out of my sister. I love my family, but I'm going to still sell drugs to my next door neighbor. I love you know what I'm saying? I love my aunt, but I'm going to still unalive, you know what I'm saying? Unalive my aunt and cousin because he got a different color of me. Read on 13, Baba Gashon.
And we'll come verse 13. Greater love have no man than this.
Say that again.
Greater love have no man than this.
Read on.
That a man laid down his life for his friends.
His what?
For his friends.
His man laid down his life for his friend. Ain't no great love in it. It say, great love have no man than this, that a man laid down his life for his friend. That's what Jesus Christ did. Mashiach. Laid down his life for his friend. Who was his friend? His nation. His nation. And that was only for the 12 tribes of Israel. A man that did not deserve to be unalive. But he had a mission to go on. And when we going to do this? Underneath the law, statute, commandments. A righteous man. Surely oppression making a wise man mad. He saw the oppression what the Greeks was doing to his people. He see the oppression, you know what I mean? The oppression that was going on in his country. He saw what his brothers and sisters was doing to one another. He saw, you know what I mean? He saw the leaders of his people as being a bunch of hypocrites. No greater love, you know what I'm saying? Say, greater love have no man than this, that a man laid down his life, laid down his life for his friend. And then let's read, and this would be, read 14.
14. For ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you.
Say that again.
Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you.
Look, you are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command. And he said, love God. Keep, you know what I'm saying? Keep the commandments. I'm not here to destroy, you know what I'm saying? With what is that? Matthew 5:17. He said that. Baba Bashar, just read the title once again. And this is going to be my last scripture, Salaki.
Come on. People of God, this is the message you heard from the beginning.
People of God, this is the message that you heard from the beginning. Baba Bashar, go to 1 John chapter 3. Where's it right here? I just had it. Chapter 3. Oh man, I just had it. See here, I think is check. Oh, here we go. Yeah, 1 John chapter 3, verse 11.
1 John chapter 3, verse 11. For this is the message that he heard from the beginning.
Go on.
That we should love one another.
So say that again.
For this is the message that he heard from the beginning, that we should love one another.
That's it. That's for blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians. That was the message that we heard from the beginning. I went in the Old Testament, told you the message. New Testament, told you the message. I went to, you know what I'm saying, Jesus Christ's words, told you the message. And that was in the confine of the 12 tribes of Israel. Nobody else. We love. Love is following the law, statute, commandments. Not what, you know what I'm saying? Not how we feel. That's the spirit that we will put on ourselves. Because we won't have no other choice but to look at towards another brother as, you know what I'm saying, as one another. It won't be no thing you're talking about red and blue. There ain't gonna be no Latin kings in the Yetas. It won't be that. Because we love one another. Because we follow the law, statute, commandments. And God, you know what I'm saying? And God's people, this is the message from the beginning. And with that, I'm preaching Officer Paratiza out of Yonkers, New York. You know what I'm saying? This is No Coward. You know what I'm saying? This is No Coward Yonkers. And this is the ISUPK, the Israelite School of University School of Practical Knowledge. Start off at 1 West 125th Street, Hartford, New York, under Commander Junior Honor. And since 1969, we've been teaching the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. This was the message from the beginning that we are God's chosen people. And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer 1000 Shalom.
Clap it up for the class. ISUPK, security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, root for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew ma'ashua. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund free will offering for priests not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, which be the feast of Salaka, which would be Purim, which will be held in a month of March, right? March, right. Any high holy day or feast day or ISUPK event, be sure to look on the back of your bulletin board for further updates, or go to isupk.com, which is our website. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. And with that, men of Israel are Madim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua Barakatah, Yajamata, which means hands down. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahweh Shema Al-Tan Bahashim Yahushua, Yajamata, which means hands down. Class dismissed.